You ever stop and think, wow, that would make a great story? Same here. On cat stories, we pull together short tales from life that'll make you laugh, think, or just go, yep, been there. My name's Kathleen and let's get started. And for our next post, am I the idiot for refusing non-veg at a social gathering? I've been a strict Jain vegetarian since birth. It's not just a diet for me, it's a deeply held belief. Recently, I visited a relative's home where they don't follow the same dietary restrictions, but they know about mine. As dinner was being served, they casually offered me some mutton curry. I politely declined and reminded them that I am vegetarian and would stick to cottage cheese curry and flat bread. I thought that would be the end of it, but no, just moments later, they again insisted I take some non-veg, as if my earlier response didn't even matter. At that point, I firmly told them that I found it disrespectful and that it actually hurt my sentiments. The room got a little awkward, but honestly, I felt like I had to say something. My friends who were invited as well told me that I was rude while refusing the food for the second time. They also mentioned I should have not called the host disrespectful during the conversation. However, what triggered me was the fact that host smirked after offering me food for the first time. Now, I can't stop wondering, was I being too sensitive, or was my reaction justified? Am I the idiot H? And for our next post, am I the idiot for being as straightforward yesterday in the lecture on pediatrics, when we was using formulas for calculation of air supplied to children, and I get a for right answer? I heard my friend's voice from behind. Let's call her Linda. She was questioning something and I came to help, even though I wasn't asked. I saw she was standing with really annoying new girl that is bad by personality and by knowledge. Let's call her Sue. So I thought that Sue isn't right person to be questioning math things, and I asked, what is Linda asking for? She said that she wants to know what would be if 15*3. I grabbed her pen and took my ticket. I passed my mathematics exam with A, but I am not comfortable for doing mental arithmetic. I find it more convenient to do calculations on paper. Not even finished writing when Sue said 3/5. I said it can't be real. After a few seconds I completed it and said that it is 4/5, but Sue said that I am wrong. Then I took out my phone, opened the calculator and I started. You see, I am writing 15 multiplied by 3 is 4/5. Do you see? She said it can't be real. After realizing that I can't even talk with her, I said, with me and calculator don't dare to argue. It's hard to transfer the mood and make a translation from ruse to in. So I added dare to let you feel that mood. Then I distanced myself. After around 10 minutes Sue came up to me and continued arguing that it can't be real. Everyone counted like that and at school they taught me to count like that. I couldn't keep my eyes from rolling back in irritation and replied, Sue, I don't know why do you try so hard to multiply 15 with 3. It doesn't suit to our lecture at all. We have first formula. I did a speedrun of all lecture, explaining all formulas, and then she realized so I used the wrong indicators at all. Okay, I got it, and it seemed like real moment, not acting. My friend Linda thinks that I was really rude, and it is not only one situation when she calls me rude girl. I agree that I am not friendly with people who annoys me, but I think I am not really rude. What do you guys think? And for our next post, am I the idiot for refusing to let my parents' life through me and choosing my own path instead? I 19 FTM recently made some big life decisions. I decided to drop out of college, go into a trade, work at a plant, and marry my fiancé. When I told my parents, things got messy. For context, my parents are divorced and absolutely despise each other. They couldn't even come together when I was struggling with my mental health. My dad was initially supportive. He said okay, agreed to give me the car, and told me I'd have to get my own phone plan, which I understood. I also talked to my mom's sister about my plans, and she told me I have a solid plan and that she's always there if I need her. That reassurance meant a lot, especially considering what happened next. Out of nowhere, my mom called asking about my plans. When I told her, my dad suddenly joined the conversation, which was weird since they never speak. He started pushing for me to stay in college, which I'm not doing great, and then go into a trade, which didn't make sense to me. He also went on about how relationships don't work, using his 3 baby mamas as an example, and basically told me not to settle down. Then my mom jumped in, saying it wasn't fair to them because they put me in prestigious schools, which I hated, and told them I hated I told them they act like my life is their redo, and my mom started complaining that I don't call her enough or make her my priority. I told her my priority is my life and my fiancé. That's when she randomly asked if my fiancé's mom or dad calls her. For context, her mom kicked her out, and her dad isn't in her life. I told her that had no relevance, and my dad suddenly started guilt-tripping me, saying he lost his mom and wished he could call her. I told them I don't want to make it seem like I don't want to talk to them, but I'm tired of the mental and emotional abuse from my mom. She immediately hung up. Now my dad keeps calling, telling me I was wrong, even though he also admitted my mom abused him and that when they divorced, she just redirected it toward me. So, am I the idiot for standing my ground and prioritizing my own life over their expectations, especially when my aunt thinks I have a solid plan? And for our next post, am I the idiot for snatching back my disabled friend's shoes from a shoe repairman who was holding them hostage? I 26th am an advocate for my disabled friend, and a shoe repairman lost her runners for 10 months. April 124, I drop off a special lightly worn pair of running shoes for $1.25 repair. Paid in quoted 2 weeks. April 18, radio silence, so I call, and the lady working had no clue and took a message. Owner calls the next day saying they're at his bro's shop in a diff city and he will talk to his bro. April 25, owner texts me to ask details about the shoes I dropped off. I reply and hear nothing back. May 3, owner texts to ask for more details about the shoes and what repair was needed. May 4, owner texts to ask for a pic of claim tag. I send it. May 7, owner texts to say he can't find them but someone signed and picked them up on April 18th and asks if anyone else picked them up. I reply, no. He asks more questions. Jump to May 16, owner texts me that they are missing and will let me know when they are found. I reply that it's been 1.5 months for a repair and I'm worried. He asks for a pic of myself wearing the shoes to see if he can recognize my face. What? I already sent a pic of the shoes. I tell him no because they are my disabled friend's shoes, not mine. He doesn't reply. Jump again to June 5th. I text him first asking if he found them. He replies no. I ask how he is going to make this right. He asks me to come to the store and bring the shoe owner. I remind him again that the owner of the shoes is disabled, but okay. I took her and she got a pair of $170 sandals. I wasn't thrilled, but I was resigned to the fact the runners were gone and this was my best outcome. 10 months later, owner texts me he found the runners. Great. I say I'll come Wed or Thurs to collect. He replies saying to come Thurs when he's there because we have to work something out. Work what out? Aren't I just picking them up? I say. He asks I pay 12 of the $170 sandals. I'm flabbergasted by this and don't reply. But I go in person to the store on Thurs, like he requested. I explain why I don't think I should pay more. He says since he gave me $170 shoes for free, he owns the runners. I'm over it at this point. I tell him, fine, I'll give you $50 cash and put the dollar on the counter while I reach for the runners. He says to make me happy he'll let me have them. I'm holding the shoes on the counter and I say this is poor customer service and I'll let my friends and family know about this. He grabs the runners and pulls them back across the counter while they are in my hands. I pulled them right back from him and took them into my arms. He yells how he's suffering and doesn't appreciate I'd say that to my friends. By now, I'm holding the shoes and he is my $50, so I say thanks for the repair, but you've lost my service. He yells that he doesn't want me to go back and I walk out. Providing good customer service is accepting when you make mistakes. So am I the idiot for trying to get the shoes while paying more, snatching them back, and saying I'll tell people about my horrible experience? Am I blinded by my advocacy love for my friend? And for our next post, am I the idiot cousin's boyfriend drama and a cousin's boyfriend not respecting boundaries? Should I be the one to address him or her? I'm feeling really uncomfortable in my living situation right now. I share a place with my 17-year-old cousin, and she recently got involved with a 20-year-old guy who has no stable income and encourages unhealthy habits like smoking and drinking. He's also been disrespecting our house rules like smoking inside after I asked him not to, and acting inconsiderate, like leaving the front door open and the garage light on when he's not even home. Not only that, but he's also brought people into our house to smoke in the garage while we were at work, and when he cooks, he doesn't clean up after himself, leaving a mess. It's honestly frustrating to come home to this. He's been staying over a lot, and my cousin even wants him to move in. The fact that he has no stable income and is having her use majority of her money for things, it just makes me feel like he's leeching off her. I tried talking to my cousin about it, but she keeps making excuses for him. She doesn't seem to understand how much it bothers me that he's disrespecting my space. It's even gotten to the point where she asked me to talk to him directly about his behavior instead of handling it herself, which really upset me. I don't know if I'm wrong for feeling this way, but I'm starting to feel like I can't even be comfortable in my own home. I communicated my concerns, but she hasn't done anything about it. And for our next post, am I the idiot for not watching a movie with my boyfriend? So IF was on FaceTime with my boyfriend getting ready for my grandmother's birthday party. While he was on the game, I decided to put on What's Love Got to Do with It since I hadn't watched it. I'd never mentioned watching it before, but my mom reminded me of it, so I decided now's a good time since it's not a particularly long movie. As I'm watching, I'm reacting to the movie because it is an intense one. For reference, my boyfriend is Asian, and I'm black, and it's about Tina Turner with Angela Bassett, whom I love. My boyfriend is still learning the culture, and that's fine, but saying that he has no idea who Tina Turner is and what the movie is about. As I'm watching it, he turns off his mic and tells me he wanted to watch the movie with me, and I'm fake because I didn't wait till tomorrow to watch it with him. I told him he's literally playing the game with his friends, and his response was, "I just feel left out," which I respond with, "You're playing the game with your friends, but you feel left out because I'm watching a movie on a person who you didn't even know existed." And he said yes. I'm always trying to get him to watch movies with me, and he says maybe later, or he doesn't want to watch that for X. BoJack Horseman, Princess and the Frog, Twilight, Shameless, Avengers movies, Maze Runner movies, Hunger Games, Saving Private Ryan, etc., and he just says no. So why would he want to watch a movie about Tina Turner's abuse? It's so annoying. It's like he just wants the world to wait on him. 247. Now here's where I may be wrong. I blew up at him and asked why it's such a big deal, since he always says he doesn't want to watch anything else with me, and he's literally playing the game with his friends, and he said I didn't have to be mean about it, and it made me feel bad. So am I the idiot? Alright, that's it for this one. If these stories made you smile or think, hit like and subscribe for more. Oh, and don't forget to share your own stories in the comments. I love hearing them. See you next time. It's Kathleen. See you all later.